Hello and welcome to today's edition of the Danielle Daily Show. I am your host, Danielle Watson. Thank you so much for joining me here. I know that many of us are getting ready for a big storm that is coming through. I know there is a lot of activity going on where I live. I live in Northern Virginia, near the nation's capital, and it's like a bunch of squirrels running around trying to get all their nuts together before the storm hits. So thank you if you are taking a moment out of your storm preparation, or if you've already been hit with the storm, if you've taken some time out of your shoveling yourself out to join me, I really appreciate it. If you're here, let me know by typing hello into the comments. Let me know what you're up to today. Let me know if there's anything I can help you with. I love providing, just another perspective for you guys on whatever is going on in your life. And you can feel free to message that to me as well, or send me an email if you want something a little bit more private. So I do have today's note to self for you, but as always, I like to tell you a little story about something that's going on in my life, something that I'm learning. The show, I really hope to provide you some perspective and, just some little life lessons, just kind of based on, the way that life is working for me, and kind of get you thinking about your own life. It looks like Elena is here. Yay! And Lacey's with her. I see the bottle. That means baby Lacey is here. Oh my goodness. I don't know how many of you guys are friends with Elena, but if you ever see her profile picture and she has her baby girl with her, Lacey is so cute. She literally looks like a baby doll. Like, she looks almost like she can't possibly be real because she is so cute. And it's so much fun watching her grow and develop and start to do new things. So that brings me a lot of joy. So what I wanted to talk about today was this idea that sometimes we need to remember to ask for things. I feel like I am mistress of asking for what I want. I have been asking for what I want as long as I can remember. As little as 3 years old, I remember making my demands heard. And so I feel like I'm pretty good at asking for what I want. But occasionally I find that there's something I want and I'm expecting somebody to provide it for me, and I haven't actually asked for it. And I had that experience yesterday, and so it was one of those things that it was after the fact I realized that I had been wanting something for a while and that I hadn't asked for it. And so when I finally asked for it, lo and behold, it was provided for me. So let me give you some details on that. Elena says, "Aw, thank you." You are welcome. Thank you for bringing us such a beautiful baby girl to lighten up our days and bring us smiles. I appreciate that. So, all right, so I was, last week, I was starting to feel like some aches and pains in my body, and a friend of mine had recently gone to a local acupuncturist, and she'd given me his card, and, I'd put it in my purse and thought, well, there's nothing, really going on with me right now that I feel like I need an acupuncturist for, but it's always good to have a referral, so I kept the card, and then, last week came along, and I was like, I'm really active, but there are some aches and pains in my body that I find that I am managing, right? There's things that I feel like I have to address on a pretty regular basis, either by going to the chiropractor, by getting a massage, by doing certain stretches. Like, they're just kind of chronic, and I don't think of them as being pain because it doesn't get to the point where it stops me from doing anything, but they're just kind of like chronic aches and things like that I have to manage. And I thought, wouldn't it be cool if I didn't have to manage those anymore? Like, how much better would I feel if those things just went away? Like, if those things in my body just weren't bothering me ever anymore, like ever again, maybe. That would be the best case scenario. So I decided to go see the acupuncturist, and when you fill out the form, they ask you what's going on with you, and so I put some information in there, but the main question, what is the primary thing that is going on with you? And so I had put something down, but I hadn't put, all of the things that were going on with me. I hadn't put down all of the things that were those sort of chronic background things that I manage but don't really bother me. So I was only kind of putting things in there that were really kind of getting to the point where, okay, I have to see the chiropractor to fix this, or, oh, I need to go to get a massage to get this. I wasn't putting in sort of those other things that sort of bother me, but I don't really have to manage them too much. They're just kind of there and they don't bother me that much. And so I was thinking that, because he's always poking and prodding at my body and checking, how's this, how's that. I was, in the back of my mind, I didn't realize it, but I expected that at some point he would notice all these other little things that were going on with my body and just treat them. And when I was laying there being treated for the things I had asked about, I thought, you know what? That is a ridiculous thought. Why would I believe that he would do anything other than what I've asked him to do? And it just was an epiphany for me. It was like, oh, well, if this other spot hurts a little bit and is bothering me, even though it's not bothering me as much as the other spots, what if I asked him to treat that? What if I asked him to help that? And so the next time I came in, I decided, okay, I'm gonna point out that, hey, you know what, this part kind of bothers me too. It's not so bad that I have to really do anything about it, but it doesn't feel awesome. It's definitely something I noticed. And immediately he stuck some needles in there and did what he needed to do, and it started to get better. And I thought, how funny is that, right? That I was expecting that at some point he would find them on his own, or that it wasn't worth addressing because there were these other things that were more bothersome. So sort of I had those two thoughts going, and I thought it's so interesting how we take things like that, and when we either expect other people to know what it is we need, right? Or we decide that because we have other needs that are bigger and louder, that the smaller needs, we're just not going to address those. Those can just wait until maybe somebody gets around to noticing that they're a problem, or we get around to deciding that, okay, now that those bigger needs are taken care of, I'm going to take care of these smaller needs. And I just really thought that was fascinating. So yes, feeling good, feeling much better, a little bit better every day. I'm curious now that I've gotten into sort of that second layer of things that are sort of there bothering me, what else might be there now that I'm conscious of the fact that, hey, there are things going on that I just sort of think of as normal that maybe could be optimized, and I could feel even more amazing and more energized and feel just good in my body. So I haven't sat down and thought about that, but I definitely will. So I hope that story sort of helped you think about, okay, where in life are you, one, expecting other people to know what you need without asking for it? Or two, where are you sweeping things under the rug that because they aren't the loudest and the strongest or the most bothersome, you're not taking time to address them, that you're not really making those something that you can deal with? And it's funny because sometimes those quieter things, the things that are not the loud things, the things that are not screaming at us, they're actually a quick fix, right? Because they haven't been bothering us for a long time. So what if we really took the time to sit down and go, okay, I'm going to deal with those sort of second tier needs. And they don't even have to be with your body. They could be to do with your relationships, with your mental health, with your work, whatever it is. Those second tier things, the things that are not screaming at you and really bothersome, looking at those things and going, you know what, if I address these now, they'll never get to be those loud things. And everything is going to feel a lot better when those sort of second level, second tier things are no longer sort of nagging in the background. I really hope that was helpful. I have today's note to self for you. Before I give it to you, I just wanted to say that the Danielle Daily Show happens weekdays at 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern, 12 Pacific. There is a slight chance that it will not happen tomorrow because we are expecting a huge snowstorm here. And you know what? I'm from California. I grew up where it never snows, and I thought it might be really fun to give myself a snow day tomorrow if we have enough snow that the kids are, home from school. Not that I have kids, but if everybody else is having a snow day, why not try having a snow day myself? I think that would be really fun. I've never actually gotten to experience that, so we'll see. I will let you know. I will post on the Danielle Daily Facebook page to let you know if the show will be going on or not. If there's no snow day, I'll definitely be here. But I think it would be a lot of fun for me to just take the day off and kind of play along with everybody else. Okay, so here is today's note to self. Are you ready to write it down? It's a really simple one. It's a great little life lesson. It comes directly out of the story that I just told you. And I think that you'll want to use this to remind yourself to ask, to let people know what you need, because it's really just not fair for us to expect other people to know what it is we need, even if they are doctors, right? Elena says, make a snowman for me. I might make a snowman, and if I do, I will take a picture for you. Okay, here's the note to self. It says, dear self, if you need help, ask for it. And then I sign it, love me. Let me write that one. Let me read you that one more time. It's so practical. It's so useful. It's so easy to forget, right? It's so easy to forget that we have to ask for what we need. So today's note to self reads, dear self, if you need help, ask for it, right? We all know how to ask. Sometimes we're not comfortable asking. Sometimes we don't think to ask. There's all kinds of reasons that we don't ask. And today's note is really just to remind you that, if you need help, if you need something, just ask. Somebody might say no, but most of the time, people will say yes. And most of the time, you'll receive the help you need, and you're going to feel a lot better. All right, so that was today's show. Thank you so much for joining me. Remember, weekdays, I am here at 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern, 12 Pacific. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Instagram. I really appreciate you guys leaving me comments, sending me messages. You can also tweet me. I will put all of the information on the different ways that you can get in touch with me in the show notes. And I hope that wherever you are in the world, it's either warm or you're ready for the snowstorm, because I know that the roads are going to be crazy tomorrow for those of us that are expecting snow. And just, be safe, be warm. And thank you for the hearts. Thank you. That makes me feel so good. And hopefully I will see you tomorrow, and if not, definitely the next day. All right, I love you guys. See you then. Mwah. Bye.